It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these rings?
Introducing first, it's Katie Taylor, perhaps the greatest athlete Ireland has ever produced. Terry Belter Harper. She fights out of England and won the IBO title back in 2019.
They have waited for this fight for so long, Todd. This is ridiculous.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing.
We've waited a long time for this. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. Couldn't land that jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. There's a counter shot. That jab doesn't score. I know boxing fans around the world feel like Christmas morning with these two finally in the ring.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
Perfect counter shot. Those counter punches have to hurt. They exchanged punches. She wasn't ready for that counter. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. That counter shot lands. She got clipped by that counter. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talking about Katie Taylor in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity. Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got...
Whoa, Johnny! Oh no, Katie Taylor hurt! Trying to buy time. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Being dazed now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
It's all offense, all the time. Perfect counter lands. This fighter brings a barrage of punches. They won't let you breathe. It's like fighting a hornet's nest.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them,
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. The greatest female perhaps of all time is in trouble of going down. Good job trying to back out of trouble.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill. Tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
She scores with that counter. How about that time counter shot? She catches and counters. That one lands. Good counter shot by her. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talking about Katie Taylor in that last round. It has not been going well for her, and you can see the corner is starting to get... Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Nice counter punching. That punch got her. Catch and shoot. Well done with that counter shot. Nice counter. Beautiful counter shot. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
They better start respecting each other's punching power. Punch, counter punch. Are we about to see Katie Taylor knocked out? Pound-for-pound queen Katie Taylor goes down. What a knockout headshot. Let's watch it again. And they knew it when they threw it.
I've got to see that again. One, two, three, four, five. You all right?
10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Talk about Katie Taylor in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
I love the response, though.
Clearly, her opponent was too much for her, and she's thrown in the towel. So welcome to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia as we are live. Introducing first, Terry.
This bout is...
So much hype surrounding this. High hopes for this battle between these two athletes. Looks like they're going to try and be a little more elusive now. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. It bombs away. All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Nice counter shot by her. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
She scores with that counter. She catches and counters. Nice counter shot. Nice counter. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Good counter shot by her. How about that time counter shot. Talk about Katie Taylor in that last round. Well, things certainly aren't going her way. She's been on the back foot. She's got to turn the tables.
The bell sometimes...
On to the second round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
There's a counter shot. She wasn't ready for that counter. This fighter brings a barrage of punches. They won't let you breathe. It's like fighting a hornet's nest.
You've got to be fit to fight a fighter like this because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
Unlucky to miss with that jab. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Good counter punch. Punch, counter punch. That counter shot lands. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Katie Taylor in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close. On to the third. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Misses with the jab. Beautiful counter punch. She got clipped by that counter. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. The charts action from both of these fighters. A very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They exchange punches. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Just misses with that jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. About Katie Taylor in that last round. Well, let's see what the... On to the fourth we go. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
lot of defense here at all. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you pick and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
What a punch. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Can't land the jab there. That punch got her. Jab not finding its target. A perfect counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talking about Katie Taylor in that last round. Well, this fight is not going to plan for her. She's got to figure something out. Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the fifth. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Good counter punching. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
That jab misses. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Jab slightly off target. A perfect counter lands. Oh no, Katie Taylor hurt. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. What a blow to the head there. Let's see it again on instant replay.
I need to see that again.
You can only take so much, and this woman wants no more. And that will do it. This fight is over. They have given up. And we are fighting in Atlantis. How about this? Introducing first, it's Katie Taylor. Terry Harper. She won the IBO lightweight title in 2019 and then did it in the WBC in 2020. She fights out of Denby, England.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Bray, Ireland. She became the 8th boxer in history to hold all 4 world titles, a 2-division world champion, and an undisputed women's lightweight champion of the world, Katie Taylor. Fighting out of the blue corner from Yorkshire, England, here is a women's super featherweight champion of the world, Terry Belter Harper.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings. What a fight we expect this one to be. Both of these athletes primed and ready. Good counter shot by her. She catches and counters. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. So far, the offense has been better than the defense. So much hype surrounding this big matchup as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
Nice counter shot. Some nice exchanges from both women in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Good one. How about that time counter shot? Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. A lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter shot by her. Oh no, Katie Taylor hurt. The pound for pound queen, Katie Taylor, goes down. As we watch it again one more time, appreciate the perfection of that knockout shot.
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give me your ball.
Talk about Katie Taylor in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw. And there's the bell to start round 2. She's got a minute to collect herself, and boy, does she need it, because you know her opponent is going to come out blazing, looking for another knockdown to start this round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? It's staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Female perhaps of all time is in trouble of going down. And right back into the fray.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
This fighter has that swarmer's mentality, taking away an opponent's reach, getting on the inside, and just banging and banging and banging.
You've got to be fit to fight a fighter like this, because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Those counter punches have to hurt. She got clipped by that counter. Catch and shoot. Are we about to see Katie Taylor knocked out? Katie Taylor took a big shot and has to go down. One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
Where did the...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're okay.
Talk about Katie Taylor and that. And there's the bell to start round 3. Well, the corner will try and shake out the legs, dump some cold water on her, give her the motivational speech, but it's up to her, Johnny. She's got to find a way to dig deep and get back into this fight.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
No rest for the weary. Look at that left uppercut. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. A perfect counter shot. Johnny, did you see that? The greatest female perhaps of all time. And down goes Katie Taylor. Wow, let's take another look at that.
A shot from the gods took her out.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
You saw it here live, a knockout win. Congratulations. Welcome to the very mysterious theatrical venue that is Cambrian Hall. And next to me for the broad, Terry Harper. She fights out of England and won the IBO title back in 2019. Katie.
This bout,
all the talk. These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. They miss with the jab. Punch, counter punch. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. You can really feel the buzz in the air tonight. So much hype here in this arena.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything, can break a man or make a man.
The halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Catch and shoot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. She throws the jab, but it doesn't score. Good counter punching. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. She catches and counters. They exchange punches. Good counter shot by her. Let's talk about Harper in that last. And there's the bell for round 2. The last round was massive for her, Johnny. How does she keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That punch landed. This fighter focuses on that outside game. You don't see them get hit too often. You don't see them in trouble a lot, but that's what their mantra is.
It's a flat-footed fight. If you've got a dancer out there in front, you've got to cut them off. Cut the ring off. Make the ring small. Put them on the back foot. Put them under pressure.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? She wasn't ready for that counter. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
You'd like to see more jabs. We wanted action, and they are delivering. Slip to avoid the jab. Beautiful counter punch. Oh no, Katie Taylor hurt. Do you believe this? Taylor is down. And as we take another look, it's this punch right here that sealed the deal.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3.
Well, she's had enough. She is going to quit. Well, the corner